All right. Have you heard of this expression? Latte is a horse, like latte Maria. It sounds like it's grammatically wrong phrase, but it's actually widely used in Korea. It's a Koreanized English term meaning when I was your age, during my time back in the day. So since latte sounds like latte and Maria sounds like a horse, it's a horse. It's Korean translated this into English in our own way and use the phrase on a daily basis. It's a common phrase used among the boomer generation. So we live in a world with 5 different generations working in a single working place, with workplaces being more aged than ever before. And those 5 different generations are Gen Z and millennials, where I belong to, Generation X, baby boomers, and the silent generation. So the generation MZ encompasses Gen Z and millennials, and it indicates people who were born from the pretty much like 1980s and into the 2010s. And cooperating and working with multiple generations in the workplace may not be as easy as it sounds like, because each generation has different communication styles, expectations, different perspectives and value propositions toward work. Koreans have 회식 culture, after-work dinner culture, to bond like strong and close relationships with colleagues. We used to be always enthusiastic about going for after-work dinners, as we believe that this sort of activity will help and build strong relationships, provide opportunities to bond with colleagues. I should say that I've been pretty fortunate to work for international school for the past decades, because we didn't really have mandatory forcing after work dinner, and we used to celebrate our special occasions such as start of the school year, Christmas, and end of the school year. So whenever I talk with my Korean friends working for Korean companies, they feel obligated to attend after work dinner. So because they think that the 회식 is an extension of work. But the MZ generations started speaking up their voice and standing up. So according to a survey of 629 Korean office workers conducted by the biggest Korean recruitment company, 60% of Korean employees say that after-work dinner culture can be pretty burdening. The manager might think that let's make some time to communicate, but the MZ generation might think that let's just communicate during working hours. So of course, some people might not think so, but the culture of forcing dinner is still happening. Differences over mandatory dinners are not easily narrowed due to the generational differences. On one side, they say that this sort of culture is necessary for communication. But on the other side, their personal privacy and the personal time should be more respected. Is there any way to create a get-together culture that everyone can be satisfied and happy with? To this end, great efforts are being made from several companies in Korea. So first, the idea to create a healthier culture, after work dinner culture, is the bucket list get-together. It's an idea to exclude drinking-oriented get-togethers and pursue gathering employees' bucket list items. So the company will take the opportunity to listen to what their employees really want to achieve in their life. And secondly, thank you talent sharing dinner. So this type of event allows individuals to convey each other's feelings by exchanging thank you cards and donating their talents. Lastly, Zoom get-together. So because of COVID-19, more and more companies are having dinner through Zoom, like Google Meet and other virtual meeting conferences software. So I hope these creative efforts will continue to build upon a culture where both employees and employers have a sound and healthy working environment. So the worst generation, MZ generation, is living in the metaverse. So this is my 4-year-old boy, and then so he even knows how to utilize iPhone and iPad. which, like sometimes I feel intimidated because I have hard time using them. But the new generation was born with technology, and what they're going to have in their future will be completely different from what we have right now. So that being said, the generation gaps and polarization will become more serious. So to overcome these different generational gaps, I think that it's really important to remember everyone is different, and different people have different ideas and own perspectives and needs. So, and when you accept each other for who they truly are, it will be so much easier for you to understand them, and then your desire to change them will diminish. Thank you so much.